Okay, welcome with the kickoff of my inventory series, which is all of my face products. So welcome to the first part of my inventory series. I honestly don't really like filming those very much because they are a lot of work for me to get everything together. But anyways, I still wanted to update you guys on what I currently have in my collection. I decided to not swatch everything in those videos because there will be like a cheek edition, like base edition, cheek edition, eye edition, and that's it probably. I hope I didn't forget anything, but in the last inventory I filmed last summer, I did actually swatch everything, and I don't want to do that right now. So I basically will just update you on the numbers, what maybe went up, what went down, and then we'll just go through everything. I might talk you through what are my favorites or not, but yeah, actually everything you can see here I like, otherwise it wouldn't be part of my collection, I would say. So so let's start off with primers. I currently have 4. I believe last time I had 5. I used up a mini primer, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it also was gone in the summer already, but anyways, I do have those 4 primers here, 2 from Fenty Beauty. This one is on its last legs. I'm pretty much pre-filming also, so maybe this will already be gone in January, but it is part of my collection right now, so yeah, I might pop in something on the screen if this is actually gone in January when that video is going to be live. This one is a Fenty primer, which is a glowy primer. I actually want to use this up in 2025 as well as this one. This is a drugstore primer I want to use up in 2025 as well. And this one from Huda Beauty is actually still unopened. So I, to be honest, want to get rid of all of my primers. I just heard Sarah Rose talk about that on YouTube, that she just doesn't seem to get that step, or the priming step, really into her makeup routine, and to be honest, I don't find any of those to make a big difference. I need to have a good moisturizer and a good sunscreen, and then I actually don't have any problems with my makeup breaking up or something like that. So I would love to get rid of all of these here. Foundation, I do have 1 stick foundation, 3 skin tints, and 4 foundations. I actually don't like full coverage foundations, which is why I'm pretty much into skin tints. I like all of these here. I have the one from Danessa Myricks, the one from Fenty Beauty, the Ease Drop in the shade 2. This is, by the way, also the shade 2. This stick foundation from Fenty Beauty is in the shade 1. I currently very much like to use that, just like tapping it on with my fingers, so not needing a brush or a sponge. So actually enjoyed that very much. And this one from Rare Beauty, I, to be honest, don't like this too much, I believe. I think I also didn't use it too much. It's in the shade 16C. Don't know about this one actually. Out of those 3 here, probably the Fenty Ease Drop is my favorite, but I won't be in the need to repurchase any kind of skin tint in 2025 because I want to use up all of these obviously beforehand. And that I only own 1 stick foundation, that's fine for me, so that's about that. And the foundations I own is the weightless foundation from Rare Beauty, which I have in the shade 150C. I actually don't like that much as well. I have to use, like, the shade is not perfect for me. I have to use this with a brush. I can't use it with a sponge because I don't like the finish of it with a sponge, and I like to do my base makeup with a sponge actually, because it is more convenient for me than with a brush. So this is not really a great product for me. I use the Fenty Hydrating Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation in the shade 100 as a mixer most of the times with this Ease Drop in the shade 2 if it's a little bit too dark for me, so I like those two in combination. This one, actually, the REM Sweetener Foundation in the shade Fair CN, is actually a perfect shade match for me in my opinion, and I do like the finish. This is probably my favorite foundation I own. And I do own the Haus Labs foundation in the shade 50 Fair Cool. This is also not really a great shade match for me, but it's fine. I do like the finish, but I do very much like the REM foundation more than the Haus Labs one. I don't know why, but yeah. Also, it's very, very expensive. So if I don't love it, then I would rather buy 2 of these than 1 of these. Talking about base, I do have a lot of concealers, which I shouldn't have that many concealers. Here is one color corrector from e.l.f. which I use for like making base products more cool toned. 1 color corrector, and I do have 5 concealers. 3 of them are open: the Huda one, the Rare Beauty one, and the Haus Labs one. The Huda one I own in the shade 1.7B Honey. The Rare Beauty one is, I believe, in the shade 150C or 160C. I'm not quite sure. I'm running low on this one, and I'm quite happy with that because I want to have it out of my collection. Not that it's very bad, but I don't use a lot of products from concealer, so I don't need a lot of products, and I don't need to have 5, so I'm very happy if I'm able to use up a concealer. And the Haus Labs one I do own in the shade 5 Fair Peach. I do like that. This is very creamy. Out of those 3 which are opened, I probably like the Huda the most, then the Haus Labs, and then the Rare Beauty. So that's it. And those 2 are the Fenty Beauty, the old, I don't know how it's called, in 120, the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, and the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer in the shade Fair. Those 2 are still unopened, and I will keep them unopened until those 3 are used up or decluttered because they went bad. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but yeah. Then talking powders, I do own 6 powders, 2 loose powders. One is the Revolution Rose powder, which I use for setting my under eyes. I do like that one pretty much. Although it is very, very rosy pink, I do still like it for setting my under eyes. It like tends to sheer out quite a bit. And the Fenty Beauty loose powder I do have in the shade Butter, so that is, I believe, the lightest color next to the translucent one. I didn't use that enough to have good opinion about that. 2 loose powders and 4 pressed powders, where I do have the one from Glowish, so the another brand by Huda Beauty in the shade Porcelain. I like that. As well as this from NYX for no foundation days, where I don't wear a skin tint or foundation and I still want to have a little bit of coverage, those two are my go-to powders. I don't like to combine them with skin tints or foundation because they are then too heavy for my liking, for my base then. But other than that, I really much like them for like no makeup days, and or how you want to call these. I do have the shade Fair in that NYX powder, the Can't Stop Won't Stop powder. I like the glowish one more than the NYX one, probably because also this one got like smashed during transit, and I heard so many others also like that this one just shattered. I don't know if it's the product or whatever, but just today I did hit a tiny little pan. I don't know if you're able to see it, but there it is. And I do also own the NYX HD finishing powder. I actually want to use this one up in 2025, and as it is a mini, I am pretty confident that I can do so. I like that one also pretty much, and I'm pretty sure that the pen is not very far away because I can see the circles there, and I do have the Fenty Beauty pressed powder as well. So 4 pressed powders, 2 loose powders, and last but not least, setting sprays. I do have 3. I never ever use setting spray for setting my face to lock in makeup or whatever. I don't need that step. I don't know why I have so many setting sprays, but anyways, I do use them to wet my brush on my finger to apply eyeshadow. I'm currently working on this one to get it out of my collection because this is nearly gone. This one is opened already, and this one I believe also because I like tried it if I liked it. And yeah, so I will work on this one in 2025 to get rid of this one and hopefully make some progress on these ones as well. So 3 setting sprays, and that's basically it for the inventory of my base products. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you maybe in my next video if you like. Bye!